working groups so that they will have better preparation, risk perception that this is a disease that would probably concern them more than the general population.
Any other question for Dr. Ho? Thank you very much, Dr. Ho. Entertaining questions
Any
for
more questions?
Secretary
Okay na
Angeles.
tayo? Yes, ma'am.
Pia Gutierrez.
Ma'am, yung sa sinabit po na proposed budget, ano po yung mga priorities po?
Well, topmost, of course, is still the right sizing, but the same priorities hold true. The Constitution requires the biggest budgetary allocation for education, so it's still the same. Hindi po masyadong nagbago from last year. I would like to remind you that most of the budget was created by the last administration.
How much po will be allocated for the country's COVID-19 response?
Ma'am, we don't have details kasi fine-tune. The presentation was for today so that the secretaries can fine-tune their particular budgets. It will be finalized and then submitted to Congress next week.
Thank you po.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Cresilin, SMNI. Ay, sorry. Sorry. Yes.
Ma'am, hello. On another topic po, is the President po going to certify the the bill for the creation of the Department of Disaster Resilience po?
The president merely talked about it last time. We'll have to wait for him to put in writing if this is going to be a policy directive.
Lastly, ma'am, from my end, yung meeting po ni PBBM with Solgen and Chief Presidential Legal Counsel the other day regarding the ICC po. Sabi po ni Solgen, meron daw po sila na pagkasunduan doon sa pulong. May we know kung ano po yun?
There are no details out about it yet.
But the meeting itself, ma'am, was it because po yung order ng ICC na mag-comment po yung Pilipinas regarding po sa
We have no details, so we don't even know what the topic was about.
Mela Las Maras, PTV.
Secretary Trixie, ano lang po yung mensahe ng Malacañang sa publiko ngayon ngang may monkeypox na may mga paalala at ano po kaya yung reaksyon din ni Pangulong Marcos nito nga sa monkeypox?
Well, first of all, it's only one case, number one. Number two, as you can see, it doesn't affect the entire population. Number three, this is not like COVID that can be spread by air very easily and could possibly be fatal. This is not particularly fatal, but it is of concern. So his primary concern was to get the information out so that people will be aware, but also to be aware that the systems of the DOH are in place and that this is not the same as COVID.
Vance Fernandez.
Ma'am, good afternoon. The DOST on Thursday made a statement urging President Marcos to strengthen the program, Balik Scientist Program, to lure back scientifically educated individuals back to the Philippines through employment and opportunities and allowances. This opens the entirely new question on how the president plans to deal with Filipinos of all professions choosing to work abroad over here at home. What economic and employment programs does the president have in line to grant Filipinos better career and financial opportunities here at home to help the economy rather than living for another country?
The primary program is to get the economy back on track post COVID. So a good economy, a thriving economy, is going to help bring back all Filipinos. So that's the primary goal right now, as was mentioned in the SONA. For particulars regarding our Balik Scientist program, we'll have to wait since the call has just been recently made.
Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Secretary Angeles, magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon.
Secretary, napag-usapan po ba yung susunod na magiging alert status since tayo ay July 29 na malapit na yung August 1?
Susunod na
alert level.
status. That will be called on by the DOH, so we will have to wait. Anyway, they do right now it is status quo, so we'll maintain the alert levels for now. But the entire process is also continuously under review, so we have to wait.
So we expect announcement siguro bago mag-August 1 po.
Yes, sir.
Follow up lang, Secretary. Is it true na hinire po ni Pangulong Marcos si dating presidential spokesperson Harry Roque na maging ano niya, private counsel to the tune of 20 pesos?
Well, as you know, any communication between attorney and client is privileged and therefore confidential, and therefore we cannot even confirm whether or not he has been hired as counsel. That will be really up to the client to make the announcement, and no such announcement has been made yet.
Salamat po, Secretary.
Secretary, last question from Pia Gutierrez.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, ako ulit. So, ma'am, may we know if the Marcos administration already has plans on what to do with the PCGG? Kasi si Justice Secretary Boying Rimulya says he wants to expand the mandate of the commission to go beyond recovering the ill-gotten wealth of the Marcoses. Is this going to be the direction of the Marcos administration?
Since it is Secretary Remulla who has made the proposal, we'll have to wait for him to bring it up. So right now, there is no policy.
Pero ma'am, as early as now, what does the palace say to those who are concerned that the Marcos administration will either abolish or dilute the mandate of the PCGG?
We don't respond to speculation, ma'am.
Thank you po.
Okay. All right. Now, thank you, everybody.
Maraming salamat, Malacañang Press Corps.